All right, folks, good morning. Welcome in. It's South Edge Live. It's Johnny here in Vegas this week and maybe part of next week. I got a good show for you today. Actually, I was thinking about, maybe I'll do this tomorrow, but I just finished watching Ken Unfiltered over there on Ken Knows Gambling channel, talking about the come bets, and I really want to do a whole show on this again. He and I feel the same way, but for different reasons, and I really want to do a whole rant on the math guys and the come betting thing. I actually do a lot of come betting, but I'm not one of these sycophants that wants you to do come bet with odds and the whole thing. And there's lots of reasons for it. So I might do like a 5-minute little preview of that and then prep a show for you for tomorrow. But before we do that, let's jump on in here and let's do this. I'm going to switch my view here and maybe get to this. So we did that already. All right. So one thing I want to remind you of, I didn't do this yesterday, but I keep saying I'm going to make a commercial out of this, but like the casinos, you're fighting this battle with them, and I hate to say it's unfair, but it kind of is. It's like going to war back in the day, back in the dark ages, where you have bows and arrows and they have bows and arrows. But the difference is you got bows and arrows and they got crossbows. They have a little bit better equipment than you, but they have unlimited bows. And you have only a couple. Like you have what your guys have, and that's it. They can pull bows for their crossbows until time immemorial, and that's why they win. They never run out of ammunition, and they have a little bit better ammunition than you do. It's not a fair fight, but we fight it anyway because we love it, right? We are degenerates at heart, even if we're careful and have good discipline. We love to do it, right? So because we love to do it, find the good way to do it. Right? Find the way to do this in such a way that you're not going to get destroyed, right? Use your limited bankroll, and your bankroll is limited compared to what the casino has. Use it as leverage. Today's going to be a leverage lesson. We're going to talk about leverage all day today. Or you can use it to kind of manage your losses, like guys who do the negative progressions do. Understand how you see risk. Try and minimize your risk. Work within your risk. Be smart. Know your game. John Patrick says, know your game. Inside, outside, backwards, upside down. Have discipline, right? David told me yesterday in the car, David from Casino Quest said, boy, the casinos hate you. They hate the way that I play because I'm in and I'm fucking out. Like, they hate me. And we agreed. It's like, yeah, I'm not here to have a good time. I'm here to go to work. You know what I mean? Like, my goal is to go to work at the casino and get my money and get the hell out of there. And he actually did it yesterday. He'll put a short out where he got his free play. Put the free play in the field, won the free play bet, right? Locked up a bunch of money, made a bet for the dealers, and parlayed it twice. So they got a nice little tip out of it, and then we left, right? Literally cashed out. They hate that. They want time in chair, ass in seat. They want you at the table for a long time. So we have to be disciplined. We have to have goals. We have to be non-emotional about the whole thing. And that's kind of where the whole secret is. So, I am going to talk about my idea here today, but I want to come back to the main screen here. Let me figure out how to do this. I got to figure out where I'm on a different computer than I normally work from. So, I do want to talk about this come betting thing because it's interesting that Ken put this video out today about, or he probably put it out last night, but anyway, about pass line with max odds and the math guys and blah blah blah. I got into a Facebook argument yesterday with some guy, with a math guy, about this exact topic. And it's funny that Ken put it out today. It's almost like, and of course you go back to Facebook and look around, and there's 13 threads going on, different forums about the math guys. And they all started. They all came out and said, "Oh, why would you guys ever play a place bet when the house it?" It's like they have a bat signal, or they're like on some special app that they all go like, okay, on Thursday we're all gonna go out there and just piss everybody off. Like they have this kind of plan. Anyway, that whole argument of pass line max odds, come bet max odds is the most ridiculous argument in the world. Ken made a great rant today, which you should watch. Tomorrow, I'm going to come back and re-rant on the same thing. And I'm going to show you why. And here's where I'm really going to get to with it. This camera here should be working, or is it not? Oh, it's not working again. Hold on. My table camera turned itself off. Give it a second to fire up here. I don't know why it did that. Let's see. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, camera, please. There we go. Oh my God. All right. So I'm going to give you the reason why I got into the fray anyway was somebody was talking about Garrison's theory of ROI. I'm going to show you the way to have this conversation. Okay, if you do, let's just say a pass line bet, and I can't go behind. I'll go next to a pass line bet of $10, and the puck goes to the 5. Okay, and then you put your $30 in odds. Okay, I'll put it over here. It's kind of behind, but not really. Can you see it over there? It's close enough, I guess, right? You've got $40 at risk. Okay, you've taken $40 out of your rack, and I think this is the part that people don't understand about the pass line, why it's so volatile. You took money out of your rack, $40 worth. Okay, if I had $20 on the 5, right? If I just had 20 there, my risk is 20, their risk is 40, right? I'll do a come bet as the example. Okay, a come bet's a better example. Come bet goes to the 5, the points in at 10, right? They go 5 with 30 in odds. Okay, we're gonna go $20 place bet, 2 players. Okay, I've got 20 at risk. He's got 40 at risk, so I'm half the risk. Okay, all he did was get there, but when he got there, my 20 paid me 28. I got paid as the point gets turned on for me. Okay, I can take $8 back and make a $40 place bet out of it, and I'll have $8 in my rack. Out of 20 that I started with, I'm at $12 in risk right now. I have $12 in play. He's got $40 in play. Okay, let's assume the 5 comes back and hits again. That'd be fantastic, right? He would get paid $10 on his flat bet and $45 on his odds bet. His net for that sequence, he gets his money back, of course. There's his money back. And he makes $55. I'll make that a green for you. He makes $55 in total, right? Money back, $55. This bet here at $40, as you know, pays $56, right? Now, we bring our bets down too. I was out there for $20. There's my $20 back in the rack. What I actually earned on that shot was $75, $89, or $84. I earned $84 for 20. He earned $55 for 40. Now, who made the better decision? Now, granted, I can't know that the 5 is going to come. Now, we'll talk about that tomorrow. But when you talk about return on investment, $84 for 20 is better than $55 for 40. That's return on investment in terms of risk versus reward. That's the way to have this conversation. This all came out of my rack, and there's a reason why you can never win playing this way. We'll talk about it tomorrow. That's a little preview of my response rant to what Ken talked about today. I think the math guys, like I said, for whatever reason, these jokers have this view of the world that they are right 100% of the time, and it's crazy town. You're right. Again, we'll talk about it tomorrow. There is this world, right? And I don't discount this. The pass line, by the way, on that come out roll or the come bet and the come out roll, that's one roll bet. People poo-poo that a little bit. That's a massive advantage. I'm not going to ever say that that's not a big advantage. But over time, as the bets hit, I'll take the bigger win for the smaller reward versus the bigger risk out of my rack. And we'll do all of it. I'll break it all down tomorrow for you. Tomorrow will be like a nice guy rant for tomorrow, okay? But preview of that, because this argument to me always drives me insane. The way that people, and it's more about the attitude in which people have the argument than the argument itself. It's like politics, right? I think I agree with most people most of the time on most things, right? It's the way that they give me their argument that makes me hate them, and it's why I pick a side. I pick a side because I don't like the people, not so much their arguments. Just put that out there. All right, here we go. Let's come back over to here again. I'm going to go. Can I do this on the same screen? Look at that. All right, let's head in here. I'm going to show you my secret plan to win $1,500 a week. You ready for this? It's all about duck and cover. I was thinking about this yesterday, and I love having these leverage conversations. Right? To me, leverage is the way to go. Whether you're going to leverage your loss, your bankroll takes care of your losses by laddering up, right? You can leverage your bank against loss to win in a ladder, right? No dispute there if you get the bankroll for it. I'm going to try and use leverage on the positive sides. All right. And use a leveraged play to turn $110 into $1,500. You ready? Here we go. I'm gonna get to my table again and show you. This is a little bit insane. Okay, first one to admit this is a little bit nuts, but the math actually works on this one. If you can never throw a 7, you can make all kinds of money. But let me show you how Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday works. Right? Monday, we're gonna go with a 110 inside bet. Tuesday, we're gonna go 220, and it'll pay for itself as it goes. You ready? Here we go. We're gonna start out with a bankroll of $110. That's it. That's the whole bankroll. Actually, it's going to be $115. You'll see why in a minute. Okay, $115 will be our bankroll. We're going to go 110 inside. Now, I know before you say it, I'm not going to win every day. I'm going to give you the dream scenario. If I were to win every day, how does leverage turn this into $1,500? And it's not through press and collect like you think it would be. Here we go. Let's pretend that duck and cover works every single day. Okay, I'm going to give you the perfect scenario. Okay, and it really hinges on Monday. Monday's $110 is kind of the key to the whole thing, right? So on Monday, we'll put Monday here. We'll put on the 5, on the 4. Monday is 4. Okay, on Monday, we play duck and cover, and it works out. We get $35 somewhere. And I'll probably play this if I did this actually this way at 130. So we have the 4 and 10, we can do stuff, but let's focus on the core strategy. $35, the 5 comes down and goes to 10. The next hit is the 9. It's $35. Okay? It comes down, duck out of the way, cover it up. I got my $100 back. Okay? The third hit of the day. Let's say it's a 6 or an 8. $35. Okay, and I'm done for the day. I get my 3 hits, and I'm literally done for the day. And I've got my $110 back, and I've got like 100 and whatever over here. I've got 105 in profit. 110 and 105. That's Monday. Now, what I've done on Monday is essentially made my week free. I've got an extra quarter here. Sorry. Shouldn't have that. It should be 110. Oh, I had right. Numbers, I'm sorry, 110 and 105. Okay, that's Monday. Monday's job is to make the week free, is to make the shot free. You're getting you're getting out of the hand, so to speak, on one day. Now on Tuesday, what you do is you come back out there and you leverage it up. You put your 110 that you risked on day 1 back out there along, I got to use that extra nickel, with what I won on Monday, and I go 220 inside. Okay, so on Tuesday, here, we leverage up our initial money plus what we won, and we're going to be at 220. Now, here's where it gets fun, because the first one pays $70. The first win comes down to a quarter. I'll put my quarters here, my nickels here. The second hit also pays $70. We'll do 75 for 5, and something else comes down to a quarter. And my third hit, same thing, 75 for 5, and we're done for the day. Now, that's 2 days of the week done. The third day, watch this, stack it up. We're going to go 330 inside, and there's my 330, and I've got my 125. So I'm out. On Monday, I paid for Tuesday. On Tuesday, I paid for Wednesday. Sorry, I'm missing a chip there. Tuesday, I paid for Wednesday and got back Monday's money. So I'm even for the week. And I got 330 out there for Wednesday. Now here's where we're going to jam it down to the fucking throats. You ready? On Wednesday, day 3, I go to the casino. I win $105 on one of these numbers. And I bring it down to a quarter. Okay? I win $105 on something else. And I bring it down to a quarter. And then I win $110. Again, we're looking at 3 hits a day, right? Just 3 of these hits. Okay, and I'm done. I make all my greens look like blacks. 1, 2, 3. And we come out on Thursday, 440 inside. You're going to think, my God, John, you're fucking crazy, right? 440 inside. But look at this. My money's back. I got a couple $100 in profit. And now it's Thursday. And 440 pays 140 per number. 140 and down to a quarter. And again, 440 out, right? 215 in. I'm half. My risk is halfway gone after the first roll, right? Same thing. We'll do 150 for 10. Bring that one down to a quarter. And the third one, again, 150 for 10. That's Thursday. Friday, we come out 550, which is $50 in the 6 and 8, 25 on the 5 and 9. There's 25 in the reds. Stack all that up. Put my $10 back. There's my 110. Okay. Now 550 on Friday, home run day. Each one of these pays 175. 175. Check this out. 175. Right. I've got 275 out. I'm 550. I'm 275 in. 550 out. I'm halfway home. Right. 175. 175. And the last 175. Right. 3 hits a day. Right. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And when I color it all up, right? Let's color all this. Let's have some fun. Let's color it all up. There's 100, 200, 300, 75. 1, 2, 300 in black. And I got my 110 plus the 5. That's the 115 I started with. Math is so beautiful, isn't it? There's the 115 I started with on Monday. That was Monday's money right there. I leveraged up every day's win. I kept that after Monday, by the way. I was always in good shape. There's 500, 1,000, 1,500, and $75. Right? If you take your entire win from Monday and stack, and it's really 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 non-sevens. It's all that is. 15 rolls on the inside is all you need. Right? Like I made it look like it's super easy. Right? Now that's not going to happen. Obviously, I'm not going to sit here every week for the whole year and never throw a fucking 7 and get out of it. But Monday is the one day you got to worry about. You got 110 at risk on Monday. If you don't make it, you don't make it, and the week goes down, you just don't go, right? Really, what you're risking is $110 on Monday to make this entire thing happen. And if at some point you go down on Monday, sorry, your week is over. Didn't work out for you. But if you can get to Tuesday, even if you lose on Tuesday, you can restart it. You can, because you got your 110 back. You can restart again on Tuesday and try it again, and you can work the 110 hard on this day that you lost it. So every day you get a chance to kind of rekindle the fire if you need to, but you start here with Monday. Now, why is that important? Hey, it's $1,500, which ain't bad, right? But this gets you into this world where you might say to yourself, well, God, that's crazy. But on Monday might be the day that we run the hybrid. Because Monday is so important. Monday just might be the day where we do the $400 lay 10 and the 110, 135 across. That might be the day, Monday, where we do the hybrid drawdown. We draw down with the lay 10 and say we're going to give ourselves the best chance on Monday to get that 110 back quickly. So that on Tuesday, when I'm at 220, I don't do the lay. I just play it straight up because I don't need the lay. I'm not at risk anymore. When I'm playing with house money, I don't need this. I'm playing with no risk. I don't have to put up $400 to save the 220. Who cares about that? We already got out of the hand. So Monday might look like this, and then Tuesday looks like 220, 330, 440, 550, and we're out, right? That's the plan. So I have news. Hold on, let me go back over here again. I want to be able to see. It's hard for me to see stuff because I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm running on my laptop while I'm traveling. So I've got this camera, this overhead camera over here at my desk in my room at the dorm over here. But my laptop is a tiny little thing. So I've got like my camera system plus the PowerPoint plus the whole thing on like this tiny ass little screen. So I can't see the chat. So let me go to the chats really quick, and then I'm going to run through it again. And we might even throw some dice out here. But running through, let's see. We have Aloha from Utah. There you go. Vegas crap. You're in Utah. Wow, awesome. Let's see. Skill and Luck says, remember, team 2 bets are powerful. That's right. 2 same bets are super powerful. And we will talk about same betting versus other things. I sometimes make fun of people for saying same betting. I say same betting kind of sucks. You can't win same betting. But for the first 2 rolls, same betting ain't bad. It's almost as good as a regression. Okay, let's see. We have my arrows hurt them as much as they hurt me. That's not necessarily true, Skill, in the example I gave. If you have an arrow and they have a crossbow, that crossbow is going to go right through you. The arrows bounce off sometimes, right? Again, you got bows and arrows, they have crossbows. It's a different weapon. Same form of getting hammered, though, right? Theirs just work better than yours do, and they have unlimited arrows. That's the big difference. That's a great analogy. I might have to do like a little, maybe I'll get some AI and make me a video that kind of shows that. All right, so yes, Dr. S, again, we will talk about this tomorrow, the power of the come out. And actually, I've done, and other guys have done massive studies on this, right? How, and you can prove over time in memoriam that the pass line with max odds loses less money than the place better does, which is, there's no disputing that. I'll never dispute that. It's a great argument. It's true. However, you can't afford to play this bet long enough to make that reality. And that's what I'll also prove. That people don't understand, that talk math, that this bet is one you can't afford to make. And it's why the casino recommends it. Even though the house edge is 0 on the odds, you can't afford to make the bet enough times to make that a reality for you. You can't afford to do it. Most people cannot. $25 with max odds, or God forbid a black chip with max odds on a 6 or 8. $600 per number. You're doing a come bet with another maybe $400 in odds on like a 5 or something. You can't afford to do this. This is 2 numbers. You're out there for $1,000. Most people can't play that way. The casino makes it sound like it's easy and it's low house edge. You can't do it. So the power of the pass line is true, but it's not to be taken like, oh, that's the secret sauce, because it's not. All right. Waylon, good morning, sir. I see you got a new logo there. Look at you. Waylon's Way, Craps, and Jesus. I love the fact that you're doing a little bit of ministry. I enjoy that quite a bit, dude. Nobody ever got hurt by hearing a little bit of the word, right? I think it's a good thing. So thanks for doing that, man. I'm glad you're back too. Waylon's Way, Craps says, after Wednesday, be satisfied with 1 hit on Thursday and Friday. It's still great, right? This is a full leverage play. This is what I showed you here was full on leverage. If you wanted to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you got $200 or so in profit here on Wednesday. That's fantastic. You can go one hit and be out. Let's actually run it that way to see. Let's do the pretend thing that Waylon suggests. I want you to see what the numbers would look like. Okay, here we go. You ready? Let's do a $35 win on Monday. This is Monday. $35 win, right? Looks like 10. $35 win. Looks like 10. $35 win, and we're out for the day. That's Monday, right? Tuesday comes up, and we're 220. Now, I don't have enough money to do it. We have to borrow $5. That's why it's 115 is the number to get in here. Let's do it. There's that. There's that. There's that. And again, 115 in. So now we're 220 on Tuesday, right? So 220, $70 on the first hit, down to a quarter. The second hit, 75 for 5. Third hit, again, 75 for 5. Now we go to 330. There's 1, 2, 3, 330, and there's your money back. There's your $100 out of your 115 is back on Wednesday now, or Tuesday. Now Wednesday is the day where you start realizing profit, the third time through. Okay, now we're at 105. These are the black chip days, right? 105. Again, 330 out, 155 back. That's I love the risk. I love the risk reduction. Duck and cover's risk reduction is the best thing on the planet, I swear to God. Right, there we go. 105 and down to a quarter, and then finally 105 and done for the day. Now here, when we reset, let's get the reset done. And I'll show you where your choices are, because I think Waylon brings up a great point. There's your 100, 200, 300. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, $400. There's 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's your 440 inside, right? You've got your money back, right? If we carve these out, okay? 125, like so. There's your 115. So after Wednesday, you've realized 175 $190 in profit after Wednesday. Thursday could be a one-hit day. We don't say make Thursday a one-hit day, right? So 140, right? 150 for 10. And you can be done for the day. That's your Thursday, one-hit Thursday, right? And then Friday comes along, and we'll do this. We go 550 inside Friday, and we'll take a 175 hit, right? Don't sit out there for the whole thing. Take 175. Now, what happens? You take one hit Thursday and one hit Friday. We'll put these up forward now. One hit and one hit. Those are easy days, your quote-unquote easy days. And you're done. Check it out, guys. Instead of 1,500, that's 2. You're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 6, 7, 8, 900, 25, $945 versus 1,500. So the extra hits here are worth $500. It's not to be trifled with. Also, $1,000 a week after working hard for 3 days. You can come in here and have a nice little afternoon, get your one hit and get the fuck out of there, right? That's a great little leverage play. So anyway, not that I'm trying to sell you on duck and cover, and I get my money back. What I want to sell you on is this. The power, and this is going to dovetail with tomorrow's conversation on come betting, the power of using your wins as leverage. If everything you do comes out of your rack, let's put money here. This is my rack. I got whatever I got in the rack, right? I got some greens and I got a couple of blacks. If every bet you make comes out of your rack onto the felt, and that's the only way you're ever going to make money. Ladders work this way. And I know I love Waylon and Ken, but ladders work, and Dr. S too. Ladders work this way. Every dollar on the felt comes out of your bank account. Your literal ATM machine to your pocket to the table. Every dollar you bet comes from the bank in a ladder. Or if you're going to bring 10 bullets and try GM spin 10 times, every dollar comes out of your rack. What I just showed you, again, I love duck and cover. You can do that same thing with $150 6 and 8 and do the exact same idea. Come out 150 one day and just play those two things for one hit every day and leverage it up. Watch this. If I just leveraged up the wins, if I took one hit on a 6 or 8 every day, check it out. 175 on Monday. And I'm done. That's it, right? Tuesday looks like this. They both go to 210. 200. I got to get my thing here. 200. We'll break that down to 210 each day. And you're leveraging up as you go. Take all your money, and you're only out there for the first 300, right? That second day, when this pays 245 or 250 for 5, guess what? You got your money back. And you can restart the whole process again with a new 210 on each one with a quarter profit. Now you're playing on that day 3 here. Let's make that a black chip. You leverage up one win on A6 or N8 every day. Money back, profit. That was Monday, Tuesday. Now we're on Wednesday at 210. That pays 245 or we'll do 245. Right? Thursday, we can go to 300 each. There's 300 with some extra money. We'll take this back. Right? I could go 330 each, but we'll just go 300 each. It's easy enough to manage, right? On Thursday, right? Monday to Thursday, that's 350. Right? And here we go to Friday. Guess what? 425 each. 425 pays $525. If you just did one hit on a 6 or 8 and walked out of the casino every single day, there's your first 300. And what are you walking home with? Check it out, guys. There's 100 in green. Where are we going? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 1,000, $1,500. Look at that. It makes the same. It makes the same. Can you believe it? One hit on a 6 or 8 and go home every day and just leverage it up. It's all you got to do. Leverage is the key. If you're going to be a right side player or whatever game you're playing, as much as you can leverage your wins against the house, you're better off. For 5 days, my entire risk was $300. Matter of fact, I was only at risk for a day and a half. That second hit got me my money back. I'm only at risk for a short period of time, and I leverage everything else. If it works out, fantastic. If the company I'm betting on, leveraging my stock wins, goes belly up on Thursday, well, big fucking deal. I got my money back plus a little bit of profit. Restart the process. Leverage is key. And I think when you're looking at your bankroll, what can your bankroll do? It's your bankroll leveraged up with your wins is powerful. That's why right side people, that's why people say I'm aggressive, but I'm using this theory of let me get my money back, and I'm not just going to press and collect like a maniac. I'm going to use my win as leverage against a house. Use their arrows against them in that fight as best as I can for as short a period of time as I can. I'm not going to fight this battle for 50 fucking rolls. I'm going to fight 3 rolls a day. Or if you want to do 3 rolls a shooter and pretend this is one session, fine. It's the same thing, right? Leveraging, I think, is something we don't really talk about the right way, because everything we talk about is how can I press a bet, right? Pressing a bet is leveraging wins, but you're looking for some miracle out here. This is pressing, leveraging without a plan. Most people will just run to 6 table max and see what happens. That's aggressive for aggressive's sake. Aggressiveness with a plan, I think, is a key thing. And I think we don't talk about it enough. So is there better ways to do it? Of course there are, right? Can you collect more on both days and not leverage the entire thing up? Can you leverage 50% and keep 50%? Sure. The math just is nice. 110, 220, 330, 440, 550 and home with a G spot for the week, right? That's nice, easy to remember. You can't screw it up kind of a thing. I like that discussion better than just press to the hills and have some aggressive fun and be a nutcase, right? Just my personal opinion on stuff, all right? Let's go back up here again. So I see that Ken is here, which is cool. Good morning. Let's see. I'm going to go back and do a couple of more chats, and then I want to talk some more about tomorrow's show. So let's see. I do dislike direct lays, but only because of how much money it costs, right? I'm just not a big fan of direct lays. However, if we direct laid on Monday to make Monday work, then we're good for the week, right? I think that play that Ken and I worked on together, I think that play works great on Monday. It works great to save your Monday so that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are all basically free, right? It's all leveraged play, which I like. So, all right. Drama Slop played a roll to win. You know what's funny? The roll to win, I hate roll to win tables, by the way. But those tables, I guess, are exploitable. Like there's a bunch of DIs travel Vegas tearing those tables up because of the way they're built. I've seen people go on insane runs there. I have not had good luck with those tables at all. So one hit and leave the casino. Who does that? The guy who does that, Dan, is on the way to work. Like if I'm stopping in South Point as I drive to Casino Quest, that would be a thing. Go in there, get a cup of coffee, do my one roll, and GTFO. But you got to do it, right? And I'll ask Ken to jump in here. To do that, you've got to be on task. You got to look at the casino as you're going there to do your work. Treat it like Ken used to do, right? That was his job. He lived on that. If you live on it, you have to do it. One hit and run. You have to. And it's got to be convenient. You can't drive 2 hours for one hit and go home. But if I'm going on the way to work, stop in, get it done, or on the way home from work, beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing, right? All right, let's see. Waylon says, I used to play the 6 and 8 ladder religiously all week until I made a profit 5 days a week. That's interesting, right? If you make it on Monday, though, you don't have to ladder it. Just let Mondays win. Ladder Monday, Waylon, and let the rest of the week run on profit. Ladder one day to pay for the week and let the week do its thing, and you can always come back and reset, which is kind of cool. The sweet spot, I don't know, Skill. Good question, though. I do think today was hyper, right? Let's go 100% in, right? Very aggressive. Doing a leverage play with half, obviously would reduce the profit by more than half, actually. But there's a balance in there where you want to make sure you're collecting something every day and not just going 100% in. I gave you best case scenario just to kind of show it off. So, yeah, and Monday, Hondo, it is the most important day. So maybe it's the lay bet day. Maybe it's the day where I take a 4th hit. It's always 3 hits, but maybe it's a 4th hit on Monday. Maybe Monday we stay out there for that one more hit. The 4th hit locks it in for the week. Maybe that's a better way to rock through it. So, the big 6 or 8. Ken talked about it today on his show. What a bad bet that is in general. But yeah, the casino preys on people who are learning the game. They really do. And again, this is part of tomorrow's discussion, but the casino preys on the noobs. They really do. That's why they have the big 6 and 8, because it's an easy bet. The big 6 and 8 exists, right? Because you don't want to interact with the table, right? New players are like, I just want to reach out there and just kind of like put a bet in. And they'll put out like, oh, I'll put to a pass line some odds. No way, then I don't got to talk to anybody. Or a field bet, I don't got to talk to anybody. Or the big 6 and 8, I don't got to talk to anybody, right? They're easy bets for the beginner, and the casino sells them because they're big and easy. But ultimately, they're taking more money from you. Once you learn, drama, how the game works, you move off that bet. That was a good lesson to learn while you bet that for a while, and now you know better, and you play better things, right? I think that's important. Let's see. Until you live my old life, nobody will ever understand it again. No, none of us ever will. I'm never going to try and live on it. But I can see a world where I deal and take my $110 in tips and go to the casino next door before I go home and try and turn that 110 every week into $1,500. That would be kind of fun, actually. All right. So, Ken, I mentioned this earlier. You may or may not have been here. Tomorrow is going to be not a rant, but a lesson on come betting and pass line. Loved your video today. I said this in the beginning of the show. Great video, great rant. I was saying that I think that the math guys have like a bat signal. Like for some reason, they come out of the woodwork every once in a while, and like they're all over the internet, and then kind of go back into their cave and hibernate again. This week is a week for some reason where the math guys came out of the trees and started wanting to start fights. I want to have the ROI argument, and I want to talk about bankroll leveraging, how much bankroll it really takes to play the pass line to max odds, and the reason why you can't win that way unless you're already rich. You cannot win with pass line. You cannot do it. You cannot do it. And I'll show you why tomorrow. So, yeah. All right, guys. I'll see you. It is 8:07. I got to get out of here. I got my 8:15 meeting, as you know, which I'm usually late for. Because of you. I'm blaming y'all for being late for work. But anyway, love y'all. God bless. I'll see you tomorrow morning. In the meantime, have a great day. And God bless everybody. Bye.